That's this next works. Is that hopefully looks good.
Can you guys hear us now?
And that
Yay, sound.
All right, so
Sir Melkor Eichmann for Lady Luna.
Still hear us? We're adjusting it.
this one too. Yep.
Yep. Awesome.
Thanks, Suji. We have Sir Malcolm Eichmann with his lady wife.
Sir Derek Reynoldsson for Honorable Lady Alicia Neal.
We've Sir Randolph. In this past rain, knighted. So we're looking forward to he's had some really good round runs lately. So we're really looking forward to having him in this field today. And so we're in the combatants and consorts.
Baron Pepin Blackwood for Honorable Lady Rolanda de Lenhurst.
We've Sir His Lordship Pepin Lockmont and Rolanda de Lyndhurst. Escorted by his knight, Sir Hirsch. So this is a really great thing. Looking up and down the field, this is going to be an exciting day in a really deep field. There's some really great fights.
I figure it's probably going to come down to stamina as much as skill in this one.
Honorable Lord Carlson for Alina Jacob's daughter.
We have Led Carlson.
They're all different colors. Anstey works something.
So Sir Bellamy wanted to clarify those are not Einstein colors, so it's his personal heraldry.
Called out, say stuff, I guess.
Duke Caius Equidius Rectus Xerxes for Master Andromir Vukovic.
His Grace Xerxes or Duke Caius Equidius Rexus Xerxes. And their personal herald today, so well presented.
Well presented, as they both always are. Well presented.
And for those handicapping, and I think that you're not speaking too far to turn, a favorite in today's field.
For some, definitely.
And claiming his right as an Order of the Archaic Fumit, last in the order of precedence today. So combatants have come up. They will agree with their majesties, have some words with their majesties, and they will take the sword oath. Basically is swearing an oath to say that I'm not going to be a jerk. I'm not going to shuck shots. I'm going to give it my best. And if I win, not be a total jerk. Is that about?
Yes. That's about it.
As the consorts greet each other and wish each other well. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 combatants in the list. We also have some buy fights today. I saw His Lordship David De La Cloud gearing up for buy fights. And also we have visiting royalty, the Serene Highnesses Vindhain, Macaulay, and Katarina. Well, welcome to join us today. Lovely people. Looking forward to having an exciting crown they're not participating in. This is the 82nd Calontir Crown Tournament. Welcome to the live feed. I'm Kendall with Scalagram here.
Welcome.
So I'm thinking today's field is pretty deep. There should be some really great fights, and you're kind of excited to see what the tree is going to bring us today. This is randomly drawn by the list table on the other side of their matches.
Consorts are playing a game. I don't know what they're doing. The wave.
Looks like they're doing the wave, but as waves go, some people didn't realize they were playing that game. Timing. But everybody's having a good time. Spirits are light. Commands are definitely focused. With their oath done. Kingdom Rattan Marshal, Allison of Forgotten Sea, is going to give some last minute instructions. Just announcing that their majesties are opened their court, and the court will be open throughout today's festivities. Now, today's tournament it's double elimination, correct?
Double elimination. And it's the starting is going to be random draw. I don't know if you guys can see, but I can see Siggy is going over their first list with His Majesty. Looks like they are approving it, and they should be announcing the first fights shortly.
And this is 2 out of 3 fights for each round or each exchange. So
Yes.
get ready to announce the trees. Calling combatants back to the field to hear the list here. Scalagram will make notes, and I will continue commentating. Roger looking calm, relaxed, but clearly focused. Aiden waving his banner proudly. Proud German. And we're going to go through the whole first round list so that the combatants can know when they're going to be ready. So we have Duke Caius Equus Rectus Xerxes, Sir Auric Rundleson, Nathaniel Lennox, Sir Kay Douglas, Sir Melkor Eichmann, Baron Pepin Lockmont, Baron Roger Warwick, Sir Gavin O'Shannon, Sir Brinky Foxson, Sir Colin Gray, which I don't see on the field yet. Lord Vlad Carlson, Aidan O'Shea, Baron Aidan O'Shea, Duke Robert Agnes, Sir Sean Chippendale, Sir Gaius Flavius Auxilius, Count Matsunaga Kagatori Bushi. Marshall's also having a huddle here. Allison giving instructions on what they want on today's field, things to look for, expectations on marshalling. Not that they are to decide who wins, but to decide who's behaving. You have Master Johan Steinerson reading the list. So you see in the screen there in gold, that is our King and Earl Marshal. That is Jurgen Vider on Lundstuhl. To his right, the Allison, I forgot to see with the green hood. And doing full honors in this. Figure it out. Maybe we can run over to the list table and see if we can snap a picture of the list. Or see if we can swipe a copy. Oh, small adjustment to the list. Oh, honors every fight, according to the Majesties. So welcome to the Fall Crown of Kingdom Calontir and the Society for Creative Anachronism. This is our 82nd Crown Tournament with His Majesty Emmerich Blackpool and Her Majesty Kofina. These are the heirs to step up as Prince and Princess after this tournament, have some meetings, and they will be coronated in over the winter. Marshall announcing best 2 out of 3 per exchange, so not the one lucky shot. So there's definitely going to be more fights than you can shake a stick at today. But again, should be really exciting to have some quality exchanges. Quite a few knights. Brilliant. So we have starting from the top on the list. Thanks, Gilgrim.
Yep.
If you want to run through the list for us, or
Sure. So starting at the top, Pepin has a bye. And then it's Sir Uric versus Nathaniel Lennox. His Grace Robert Magnus versus Vlad Carlson. Sir Sean of Chippendales versus Sir Roger Warwick. Sir Kai Douglas versus Kay. I know that. Versus Sir Melkor. Sir Matsu versus Sir Xerxes. His Grace
Xerxes.
Xerxes. And then Sir Gavin O'Shannon versus Sir Aidan. Right?
Yeah.
Sir.
Aidan O'Shea. Yeah.
And then Sir Gaius Auxilius has a bye.
So guys in this first round.
Mhm.
And they announced they'll be doing full honors every fight because it's not a 47,000 person field, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Good hunting, sir.
Thank you. Looks like
Good hunting, sir.
Yeah, and Brinky couldn't make the tournament, and Colin, Sir Colin Gray couldn't make it.
Maybe we can have Allison come over and at least chat with us about the setup of today and our feed and the things that Allison did to help get us set up.
Yep. The list field and the padding are on loan from Forgotten Sea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Generous.
definitely thank Forgotten Sea for the loan of the list field poles and the padding.
Alice introducing the marshals to their majesties. I feel like I want to have this closer to my face. I don't know, maybe just have it. But Allison, the Rattan Marshal for the Kingdom, and Sir Jurgen having a marshal's meeting with their majesties on discussions and making sure that they're meeting their majesties' expectations in terms of how marshaling will go today. I think it's more or less, unless there's a safety issue, let them fight, you know. Allison. Okay.
Yeah, what I figured. She's a busy girl on crownless days. So Pepin is up first, as we said, in a bye fight. Then York and Nathaniel Lennox, and then Robert Magnus and Vlad. They greeted each other on the field. Individual. Oh. All right.
Full honors done. Pepin, this is a non-destructive bye fight. So win, lose, draw, he still advances. But this is a great opportunity for him to kind of get a good warm-up fight.
Yes.
Without any sort of penalty for not one-shotting his opponent.
He is a long time fighter. He's been a hoose for a long time. 2007, I believe, was when he got that.
Nope, not enough, he says. So with the smaller field, he has the opponent needs to be definitely more active, throwing more.
Oh, looks like Pepin's
So
lost
he
his arm.
struck the shield arm for Pep puts the hands right, and a point of honor, his opponent tucks his shield behind himself. So he touched but didn't have enough force, so they agreed not enough.
And
Pepin takes a shot to the chest, and good. Calibration's doing pretty good. Friendly, nice and easy. You can do that with a bifight. And a double. I've been throwing some fairly good standard shots. A double kill. They both had their heads open as they were throwing. So. So this next pass should decide the end of this exchange. At the win, lose, or draw, Pepin advances because this is a bye fight.
Yeah.
Oh, or not.
Yeah, no, there's double.
Double.
Another double kill. Victory to Pepin. Okay, victory to Pepin. What? Oh no, double kill. Double kill. That's what they decided.
Yep.
The fighters decided it was a double kill.
Both through with their heads open. So what can we learn from this? A little bit more conservative with the shield work. A little bit more careful in shot selection there.
Exchange of blows coming here.
Better be a bit more aggressive or reckless, which is good.
They're talking out the blows from that exchange. They're squaring off again.
Pepin, just around the corner there. Just on the outside edge of the shield there. Pepin's wins that exchange.
So it's one by one Pepin. Or one by
And
fighter, one Pepin fighter. So
And then 2 double kills. So
yeah. So this is going to determine it.
this side the exchange here.
What you want to see in a buy fight.
Pepin across the face with the offhand. Rifle tip. Now, with their face, you know, with the SDA Armored Combat rules, the face is to be considered open. So anything that touches your bar grill from cheek to cheek, forehead to chin is open. And if that was a weapon, you should take anything that touches it. So now we have Lennox
In York.
and Uric. Yes, you see that it's Oyrkir Rattleson, and it's Uric. Like
York.
please
Yes.
forgive me, I'm English. Oyrkir. No, it's Uric. It's Uric. Both great fights. Full honors today. So Uric with a center grip over. Lennox with a strapped heater style shield. Uric calling that his sword arm was struck, so they called hold, so he can switch hands to.
Yeah. So he has sword in his offhand now, shield behind his back.
So he's not unarmed.
Yeah.
Dan Lennox giving him full respect. He's not going to field that shield arm and finishes the pass. So.
Lennox using the corners of the heater shield very, very nicely that round to win that matchup.
Absolutely.
Oh, York got him in the legs though. He's on his knees at this point. And Lennox goes down.
Uric was taking that pass way more serious than the first one.
Yes.
But Lennox has been fighting that style for years. He's really gotten his gotten his skill in there. So 1-1.
So this is the third pass, and whoever wins this one has it.
Now this is a double elimination tournament, so losing doesn't mean you're out. Being in the first round. So. She's got that Lennox corner. Calling hold to discuss whether that shot to his helmet had no sufficient force. It was clean. So not enough. And that's why you see this kind of shield up high, kind of guarding his helmet there.
Uric got under his shield and got Lennox on his knees now.
Which he did in the last pass. That proved really.
Yeah.
Got him high, and then came underneath the shield. Yeah.
Victory to Uric.
Uric continues in the upper bracket, and Lennox in the lower bracket. Aggie. Now we have Duke Roger Magnus, or Robert Magnus, not Sir Roger,
Robert Magnus. Yep.
And Vlad Carlson.
Fighting Madhu and Sword.
That's a favorite of his, you know. He's definitely likes it.
He's
Goes to the last crown tournament, Robert fought Sword and Dagger.
yes.
So, but we see here, Duke Robert has his Madhu, where while the basket hilt is not exactly in the center of the Madhu. Now, Madhu is a two-ended spear held with one hand with a hand protection in the middle somehow. But a few years ago, Calontir changed their rules where the hand grip doesn't have to be exactly in the middle of it. It just needs to be somewhere. So. Robert with a quick snipe to the face with the sword thrust.
Yep.
But Vlad being very aggressive and very pressing the fight to him. Definitely closing in to take out that reach that the Madhu has.
He's doing it right. He's attacking the Madhu to bring it out of line and then closing, which is one of the ways you have to deal with that weapon.
Struck the Madhu. Nice block there. Still standing. Still. Marshall tells him to center up. So the Madhu has a thrusting at the top and the bottom. So.
And no slashing whatsoever.
No slashing, no. Using the thrust to the bottom there to keep him at a distance he's comfortable. Or create an opening. Robert throwing around. Quick discussion. Looks like Vlad taking the leg shot. Looking for both thrusts high on the brow. Vlad getting a good defense, but that's
All right.
Gladys tried to take an arm, swing of the arm, but Robert was too much. So winning an advancement in the upper bracket, Robert Magnus. So near us is Sir Roger Warwick. Across the field, Sir Sean of the Chippendales.
Roger again with the another fighter with a
Sword and Madu.
sword and Madu. Um,
And,
he was very accurate with the Madu last round. So if he's still on his targeting, he could be one to watch.
absolutely. Sir Sean Chippendale's sword and a heater shield strapped to his forearm there. So shoulder, nose to knee kind of coverage. Amazing heraldry today. It's great to see that the heraldry is presented in their not just their shield painting, but also their clothing, which is awesome.
Yes. And Aiden bringing his flag, waving his banner. I like to see banners.
Absolutely. I just a little bit outside of the forehead there.
Oh,
Little discussion. So Sir Sean looks like he was struck in the sword arm, so they call him so he can arm himself properly with the sword. Sword arm. So as to not be defenseless and not have weapon, they. So Sir Sean is going to hold a buckler to protect his hand completely, and he'll be fighting with his non-dominant hand or non-preferred hand.
Yeah.
Sir Roger
not-
standing there.
not a position you want to be in against a two-weapon fighter.
Absolutely. And Roger is respecting his opponent at a level that he's like, no, I'm not going to give you that point of honor. I'm hitting it to win it here. Sword across his body.
And
Sir Sean calls it good. Yeah. Nice that shot to the head. So pass number 1 to Sir Roger. Take a moment to reset Sir Sean.
like they're ready.
Here we go. So Roger tapping his Madu twice as a kind of a cue to his brain to say he's in a fight now. And is that a black net or a wrap? I didn't
I believe that was a wrap.
And that's the thing about the Sir Sean has that shovel face Crusader style helmet where the helmet is kind of like a V. Anything inside that brim will guide it closer to your temple, right? So it is more likely to be a good shot. So Roger continues in the upper bracket, and Sir Sean goes into the lower bracket. Now we have K. Douglas and Melkar Acumen to the field, both knights of the good order. K. Douglas with a center grip oval shield. So Melkor with a kind of a more of a launch connect, kind of a, I wouldn't say square, but what kind of shield would you call that?
It's
Kind of a base kind of shape, I guess.
yeah, you know.
Again, thanks, Allison, for getting this all set up with the technical expertise. And thank you for joining us in today's live feed of Calontir's Crown Tournament. So you see they're both knights. They're both wearing the white belts of knighthood in the SCA. Kind of feeling each other out. Looking for angles. Swing and a miss. Sir K calling the body shot good. He concedes that first pass.
Not K.
Yeah, K concedes that pass. Melkor wins.
K won.
What?
That's K on that side.
Okay.
Right?
K in the black.
Yeah.
Did I have that wrong?
You had that wrong.
Okay. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
That's good. We just need to make sure that there people listening understand what happened.
That's it. I'm going to fire that intern. No, just kidding.
That's it.
We have no interns.
That's the problem.
Maybe that's it. Melkor legging Sir K. Looking for a good angle inside, but trying to go outside. K strikes Melkor's sword arm, so he's changing out. He would like to hold something not as heavy and cumbersome as his shield, so pull out a buckler. Sir K. Douglas on his knees. Hold being called. They will resume in a minute. So,
K with no legs. Melkor with just his offhand.
so it's rather even in terms of opportunities there.
Yes.
Okay, Douglas
Right.
gets the other
It's
arm. So being disarmed literally wins pass. And since he won the first pass, despite what I said earlier,
Right?
advances in the upper bracket. So Melkor goes in the lower bracket. There are no losers here. I'm going to just stand on that hill. With, Sir Xerxes. So we now have His Grace Xerxes and Count Matsu.
Should be a good fight. This is they're from the same group. They fight together, fight each other and together a lot.
Yes, they know each other
so
pretty well.
very well.
And both have been working on their own different methods and such. Definitely Matsu likes angles and lines and putting himself. Keep an eye on his feet. Watch where his toes are. If you're watching the feet, watch his toes. Xerxes very active. Watch his feet also, because it's also going to give a cue of where the power is going to come from. But the thing is, he's fast, so you're not going to have much chance to react. But Matsu likes his angles. He's trying to get inside that shield edge there.
Xerxes just feeling him out right now.
And he's looking very assertive, very hungry. Quick shot discussion. The leg shot's no good. Not enough. Matsu ducked out of that cross head shot. Ooh, just a little short. Xerxes stuck back. This clear with his footwork of being quick. All right, Xerxes with a thumb laid wrap to the ear. Definitely pressing the attack there. Very, very aggressive. But you kind of have to be because Matsu's very, you see, being very patient here. He's picking his shots. He's not just throwing just to throw. It's not giving him anything. He's not going to do it. Catch on the edge there. All right. Considers the leg shot good, so it goes to his knees. Xerxes respecting his opponent, does not give a point of honor to go to his knees also. You see small movements, looking for just that inch and a quarter slot, right? Feeling for reach, looking for reactions. Matsu not reacting much at all.
Yeah, Matsu's
Being patient. He doesn't.
his defense is pretty tight, so he doesn't have to move much to keep himself covered. Since he's down on the ground and not giving these
Catching just enough on the defense there. Just not connecting completely. This is definitely in earnest. This is not. I mean, there's a pretty good chance this might be a semifinal fight.
This is
Preview of the semifinal fight.
but at the same time, this is a Wednesday night fight practice for both of them. Like the two against each other is just they seem so relaxed in with it because they fought each other so much.
Also catching just enough on the field there, not thinking that shot was good enough. All right. Matsu legging him, and Xerxes continuing to press the attack, finishes
Matsu. I think it's Matsu.
Nope. Matsu.
Nope.
Matsu wins the pass.
Matsu wins the pass. Okay. See?
I don't feel so bad about earlier. Just saying.
Right.
And for those watching, you know, Matsu and Xerxes are the ones in armor. It is on their honor, it is their judgment.
Xerxes wins.
Xerxes wins, advances in the upper bracket. Matsu goes into the lower bracket. And now we have Gavin and Aiden. Both these guys come from Center, Missouri, the Shire of Cliff, Jefferson City, mundanely.
Yeah.
So this should be similar to the fight, but different in the way these two approach the exchange. And for those watching, your feed is right. Aiden is left-handed. I say that because left-handed fighters not so common.
No.
Both are privileged to give their best today. We'll see how they do. Gavin O'Shannon with the center grip oval and Aiden with the center grip escutcheon shaped shield or eater style. They can hear you. Good buddies. This is good practice.
Yep. Elias just stopped by to see us. We're actually using his phone and his internet connection from his phone for our microphones. So make sure you thank him next time you see him for that.
Careful, he might give you a medallion. That's been known to happen. Surprise medallions. All right, swing and a miss with Aiden. Gavin pressing a bit more aggressive, trying to find a way around that heater. They didn't hit the body, but concedes that it was not on edge, so it was flat on the blade, so did not accept it.
And
a shot to the face. Gavin
wins. And Gavin wins that pass.
Gavin had a really great run in Crown Tournament, the one that Logan won. That was out in Three Rivers.
No?
Yeah. Faced Sir Logan, Duke Logan, Duncan Bruce Logan. But,
Oh,
cross the face with a
nice.
came from the other corner. But that was not an excessive shot. He was just a little off balance. So he was resetting his brain. 1-1. Pressing.
Oh, nice.
Gavin dropping in just over the edge of the shield. That was a great shot. So Siroc's in a bite fight. That's a Richard David Little Cloud count. So win or lose, Ox continues in the upper bracket. But again, this is an opportunity for him. Get a good warm up, get some good fights in without the risk of being thrown into the lower bracket, having to go the hard way.
He is coming off an injury, and literally just got cleared days before the deadline to get into the tournament. So it's good to see him in fighting.
Yes. So he had shoulder issues and then heart issues, I think.
Yes.
But without knowing more, he'd been doing a lot of L work. Thrust came right over the shoulder. You see David with the Madu. With the just past the edge of the shield. And Auxilius takes the shot.
Yeah.
Again, he really doesn't have anything to gain here other than just a couple good passes.
You want to see really good passes in a bye fight. I mean, the point of it is to give that fighter the experience of actually fighting an opponent, and because it is going to it could be the difference in endurance, right? And we're not trying to give anybody an edge because they skipped a fight.
And Ox with the quick thrust to the face that David just as he fell down and so it was not to the face, it was to the torso, kind of, but still good. It's definitely an opportunity if you want to fight in Crown, but you don't want the chance of winning. Being a bye fighter is definitely an opportunity. You want to represent yourself well and get yourself the highest quality fights possible. Top 5 fights are definitely enough. Press to the side. David saying the thrust with the Manu. No, not enough. Please don't take it. Hold has not been called, so they're Auxilius really kind of pressing the attack there. David weathering the storm. Auxilius saying it's they're going to thrust in the face.
Yeah, it seems in their exchanges, the edge of the shield on his Madu was touching Ox's face. That's what Ox kept seeing, and David kept saying, "That's that. I haven't trusted you yet."
Well, and it happens so fast; it's hard to see. You know,
They were both going fast.
So Lennox in a by fight.
Hey,
So we've got the next round is started here. We've got Lennox in a by fight. This is where the by fighters really start earning their keep as they because each round there needs to be a fight, win, lose, or draw.
do we know who this spy fighter is?
I've seen him so many times, but I'm terrible with names. We should find out.
Who's the spy fighter? Do we know?
Nice leg shot and the headshot. So good. Definitely using that big shield to his advantage there, but using it smartly. You know. Thrust went right past the forehead there. Taking that headshot. Offside.
This last pass will declare the winner. Either way, Lennox will advance.
Well, being by fight, it will continue. So.
Yep.
After that pass, not a lot of connection, not enough. And following the headshot. Lumiere.
Lumiere. I should have known that.
Let me write that down. Good job, Lumiere.
I go.
So we have Sir Sean and Vlad. This is the lower bracket.
Yes.
because that may determine. And being the lower bracket, you've got quite a few buy fights because you don't want all your buy fights to be in earnest. Since we have not a perfect tree of 16 fighters today. Sir Sean with the flurry, legging him and then finishing off Vlad with the headshot. And this is in earnest, so winner continues on. Yes. Sir Sean with the sketch and shape. Vlad with that triple leg, but caught the edge there, so not a body.
My diction.
Vlad, solid defense against the press against. So Sir Sean gets Vlad's shield arm. And Sir Sean taking this seriously, he is not offering a point of honor, which you can do. It is his choice.
Sir Sean.
Onside helmet to Vlad. Sir Sean wins and continues on.
So they just announced the first of the upper bracket, Pepin versus Yorick, coming in 2 fights.
We've got Matsu and
Melkor.
Eichmann. This is in earnest.
Yep.
This is the winner's bracket or the upper bracket, right?
No,
No, this is the lower bracket.
this is the lower bracket. So
Winner
You're-
continues.
yeah, fighting to stay in the tournament.
This should be a little less exciting as the Xerxes exchange for Karkic is a little bit on there. A little back. As he's Matsu using his shield edge really well.
All right. First
Matsu.
pass to Matsu.
Gets leg, but finishes with a headshot. So Matsu wins the pass. Looks like a change of equipment is needed. There's something issue with this sword. His consort, Nahama Pavesi, as a spouse also. Retrieving a spare sword. So always bring a backup. Definitely, right?
Yes.
May not be your preferred one, but still got to back up with a thrusting tip as he points to his opponent. Matsu up 1-0. We're kind of guarding the face, the head a little bit more, but pointing that shield to cover the legs. Matsu's sword arm is high, so we can kind of keep his guard high, protect the leg.
Nope. And Matsu wins that
Matsu-
exchange. And
Flat snap to the temple, and just great timing. There was a gap. Or just was in the middle of moving and had that opening. Matsu, Count Matsu Nagatoro Bushi advances.
the second fight in the winners bracket, upper bracket, is going to be Sir Robert versus Sir Roger. That should be interesting.
Yep.
Um,
Right now we got Aiden in a bye fight.
Count David again fighting this fight.
Sword not in. Pre-fight neutrals. Tap that.
Oh,
Thrust to the upper shoulder there. That's where having that Madu not perfectly centered gives you that little extra reach.
yes.
That was not
Round
a leg
two,
shot,
two.
that was to the torso, but as reaction, he goes to his knees. He's like, nope, that was a body. So,
But since it was a bye fight, Aiden still advances.
right. Bye fighter wins, but Aiden still continues on. Now we got Pepin and Uric. Should definitely see Pepin being a bit more conservative, but Uric being definitely aggressive. Both using center grip rounds and both indicating they have thrusting tips on their single-handed swords.
Yep. These two very similar styles.
Pepin being a bit more aggressive than I expected. Legs hits Uric in the leg. Marshall calls a hold so they can
Sit her
be
up.
in the middle of the field, away from the list field and people. Pepping trying to make an opportunity. Create an
All right. Yorick from his knees wins that pass.
side, straight inside. Right into the grill. Pepin was more focused on his attack. So, right. Tap to the grill. So called out as your leg shot hit his so no good.
All right.
Uric advances and the
Pepin will drop to the lower bracket.
Saint versus Sir Guys.
We got His Grace Robert and Baron Roger.
Yeah. Both fighting Sword and Madhu.
Yep.
Should be a very interesting fight.
They're local to each other, so they know each other really well.
And they're both from the Outlands.
Yes.
So they have been fighting each other for
Years.
decades,
Yeah.
I assume.
Yes. Both near the Three Rivers group area now for the past 2, 3, 4 years, I guess. Robert, a bit more, Robert Magnus living more in the country, I think. But, they've been friends for years. You see the small movements looking for that one little mistake or one little opening. That's all they need.
Whoa.
Preston, to be sure, that last snap.
That accuracy that I mentioned with Roger, he's showing it right now.
Well, either one, really. And that's where Manu has that little quick wrist flick, and you've got the. Take a moment to reset. Sir Roger ready? Look of determination across his face. Definitely. He loves his friend, but he wants to win, right?
Yes, definitely.
Circling. You know, it's one of the things about the SCA fighting is that it's 360 degrees. It's not just you're on a runway, on a fencing field. All right, Sir Robert.
Second pass to Sir Robert.
So Sir Roger hit Robert's arm, but Sir Robert hit Roger. So who won on that?
Robert got the better end of that trade.
So 1-1. Feeling each other out, looking for that little hole, that one small mistake, one opening.
Oh,
Roger with the thumb lead wrap to the helmet, right around just enough to get around that Madhu block. So Roger wins and continues on.
and Robert drops to the lower bracket.
Well fought. Very exciting. Xerxes and Sir Kay. Both local to each other, so they know each other pretty well. And you see the consorts in the corner there, supporting their honorable combatant. Quick discussion of that last exchange. Looks like Xerxes is like, no, that's no. Okay, he's just making sure. So don't even,
Oh,
just
no.
around the edge. Xerxes just past the block there, just around to the face of the Cirque. So Xerxes wins. Pass number 1. Cirque pressing in, but Xerxes not giving him the distance he wants. Standing off, looking for that one. Okay, steps in. Xerxes, the speedy route. He loves to throw that route.
Yes.
The thumb lead route, so quick.
Xerxes advances in the upper, and K drops to the lower bracket.
And the great thing about the marshalling and Calontir and combatants, you know, it doesn't hurt to just talk about it. Make sure that, you know, what do you think of that? Well, yes, no, maybe later.
Versus Robert Douglas for this stage. On the stage, so look for the opponent.
So we have Sir Ox and Sir Gavin O'Shannon.
Yep.
My consorts supporting them. This should be a good standard, really good defense in this pass. I absolutely got it.
And then up next, we start the next branch of the lower bracket with Sir Sean of Chippendales versus my Lord Pepin. And
Feeling each other out. Got hitting each other's shields. Gavin with the quick snap. So Gavin wins that pass. Ox is probably kicking himself a little bit for that one. He's like, oh, I know better.
and I have to say, Gavin is very, very relaxed this tournament.
Both with a helmet shot, so double. For those who unfamiliar, sometimes when they call a double, where both combatants strike each other through, they call it a double kill, and Her Majesty wins that fight. Quick discussion. So Gavin got his sword inside Ox's shield, but now discussion of what happened. So Ox got a laid to stick on Gavin. So 1-1. Ox gives a leg on Gavin. Brief discussion on how that went. Gavin threw a shot to Ox's leg early in the pass, and Ox said his knee was one piece that was struck, so not a leg. So after discussion, too much may have happened. We're going to reset and continue to round 3 or third pass. Ox sneaking his shield a little bit more up on the temple than before. Protecting his helmet a little bit more than he did at the beginning of the round. All right. And Gavin is who was struck through on side shot. So Auxilius wins and continues.
Versus Baron Pepin Lockwood for leadership of the Army shall be Honorable Lord Nathaniel Lennox for Countess Weather Road versus Duke Robert Magnus for Duchess Dave Magnus. Great Barracks War. Red are giving to Shane. Alan right this time. Barry is going to be on the stall. Versus Sergei Douglas for Lady Business.
So now you're watching Calontir Crown, Fall Crown for 2025, or Honor Society taught us 60. We've got Pepin and Sir Sean of the Chippendales here.
So this is the third matchup of the lower
round.
tier. Third round of the lower tier.
This is in earnest. This is not a by fight. This is Pepin and Sir Sean. Sir Sean with the barrage, threw a leg to Pepin, and then finished and followed in a combination to the headshot as Pepin's shield was lowered. It was an opening for Sean to strike.
Double.
Double.
That is 5 wins so far for Her Majesty, for those who are keeping count at home.
So Sean with the barrage made an opening and struck Pepin true, so Sean wins. And so that's Pepin's day is done on the field, yeah?
Yep.
But really good fights, solid, honorable. Definitely be proud.
It's a good showing.
All right, so we have Baron Robert and his lordship Nathaniel Lennox. Lennox coming out with a pole arm with 2 thrusties at the top, 1 at the bottom, 2 cutting edges on that. So on the front edge of the axe and also the back edge, also or striking edge. You can tell it because it's got the contrasting green colored tape. Just exhibiting that those are things he can poke with. So going to see if he can use his length to his advantage. Robert picking his footing, picking his time. Robert with a thrust to the torso as Lennox continued to retreat. And a brief reset of the barrier. That's what you got to do with someone that has a reach weapon. Is if you don't have the reach, get in your reach or get in their uncomfortable spot, right?
Yep.
Oh, Robert says the thrust was no good, so they're going to refight it. Robert with the offense there. So pass number 1 to Sir Robert. His grace. Or Bobby to his friends.
Daddy Bobby for some of us.
So Lennox agreeing that his left shoulder or left arm was struck, so he is to fight one-handed. A little just consultation with the marshals to advise the combatants to stop running into the barriers.
Yeah, it's the problem with that reach weapon, that great weapon with such a confined space as you run out of space quickly.
Robert still holding his sword in Madu as Lennox fights his polearm one-handed. It's dominant hand, but still one-handed. Not the preferred method there. Gives a poke. Robert almost decides not to jump in there. Lennox using his polearm to keep Robert at bay. Trying to use the butt spike, the bottom thrust for the polearm. Or being patient. Finding he's got a Madu. I can hook you with this.
I think the Lennox's polearm is a little longer. I think he's got a few more inches, but does not help.
And a quick discussion with the marshal, make sure everything's on the up and up. Robert wins and advances. Continues.
So coming in the field now is Aiden and Kay. They are in the lower bracket. We're on the third round of fights in the tournament. After Aiden and Kay is Matsu and Gavin. They are the first on the upper bracket in the third round.
That's the thing about being in the lower bracket or the losers bracket. You've got to keep winning to stay in, right?
And it's more fights if you're in the losers bracket. So it's definitely an endurance check. It's the harder way, is what I say, to win.
Absolutely, and it should be definitely more a bit more desperate in your attempts to continue on in the tournament. So definitely more aggressive fights in the lower bracket, I would expect. Quick discussion whether the shot, Kay's shot to Aiden's helmet. Aiden concedes it was a good shot, so yes. Victor Kay Douglas. So we're going to see a lot more aggression from Aiden, I think. Aiden's leg, so moving around's not an option.
Oh. No?
Nope.
There it is.
That one
was good.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
A good fake there by Sir Kay.
Yeah.
You know, and in my book, it really, the only fake is a one that is a shot you've thrown before. He's thrown that onside and offside. Moved that block and created that hole. Matsu and Gavin and Shannon.
Yep.
Pointing the thrusting tips on their weapons. Gavin with a good grin on his face. That's a good sign. Poking the marshal in the face. Gavin with the center grip oval. Matsu with the center grip escutcheon.
Oh, nice.
Matsu with the flat snap to Gavin's helmet. Quick discussion. So after a quick discussion, the shot was no good. We will continue as if nothing had. Gavin.
Gavin with a good shot.
Again, I'm not the one in the armor. You can only see what you see. It's their decision. Both the next change, nothing good. Not enough. Matsu legs Gavin. Gives him a moment to make sure he's ready before he closes in. So a little off the top. He takes the body shot.
Yes.
So 1-1.
All right.
So Matsu legs Gavin. Marshal's called hold as they're getting close to the barrier, so they called Edge of the World. So they pause and reset. Gavin just gets a little bit of edge on that. There.
And clean shot to Gavin's head.
So
Matsu wins.
that's a great example of Matsu picking his shot very precisely.
Gavin will drop down to the lower bracket. Next, we have a fight from the lower bracket. This is when things starts getting muddy because the lower bracket has more fights than the upper bracket. So there's gonna be more around. So they're gonna intermix them. So this would technically be starting on 4 for the lower bracket, but we're still on round 3 for the upper bracket.
But with people continuing to being sent down to
Sent
the lower
down
bracket,
to the lower
upper bracket, that's where your advantage is being in. If you keep winning, staying in the upper bracket, you're a little more rested, a bit fresher.
Exactly.
You get to watch your opponents. It's like, okay, Sir Insert Name here has this particular behavior today. You start looking for like, oh, what are people's habits? What are people doing?
Oh, I missed that call. So we are still in the upper bracket with Roger versus Yorick.
That's okay, Skogrim. We all make mistakes. It's okay.
Yes.
I forgive you. I made a mistake earlier. Just gonna bring that up. We got Yurick coming to the field.
Oh, and the last right was in the lower bracket. Matsu and Gavin was in the lower bracket.
Yeah, Roger Warwick on in the field with his sword and Madu. Not quite the nervous energy that sometimes you see. Over then as Eric taps the shield and that mental pre-check. Roger quietly does his own. Looking for angles, looking at what he's dealing with. Gives a poke, steps off.
Yurik was unfazed by that Madu.
Definitely respecting it, but not nervous about it. Definitely. Roger blocking that leg shot with the offside with the Madu. A brief discussion on that last exchange. Roger saying, "You didn't touch me." Eric's like, "All right."
Yeah.
Eric with the quick shield.
Oh,
Amadu, quick stab to the face. Almost on the edge of the brow, but just enough in the grill there.
now Yurik's trying to take care of that Madu.
Eric presses Roger into the corner, and Marshall's call hold to recenter.
So in the first set of passes, Roger was using the Madu to make York drop his shield, and then he stabbed it in the face. So York is trying to take that Madu out first now, and as he closes.
Yeah. Eric with the attack there presses, and Roger agrees that he was struck true. So 1-1. Right?
Yes, 1-1.
Eric using his shield to handle the sword and his weapon to not only attack but also neutralize that Madu reach. And Eric with the quick stab to the face.
And that
Roger
will
walking off, playing that fight in his head.
this is
So these guys are local in Forgotten Sea, so they know each other pretty well. This is definitely was the, drive 200 miles and face the guy you see in fighter practice every single week, right?
yes.
Indicating they have thrusting tips that is a threat. Should expect some rather aggressive barrage from both. So the question is, who's got the better? Who can create the opportunities here? Both in Roman-styled kits, Roman-styled helmets, anyways. Center grip ovals. Equivalent reach. Xerxes is going to be a bit more quick with the lighter frame. His fitness there, but Ox definitely not giving an inch. Sword Block on the sword.
Offside.
Xerxes.
First pass to Xerxes.
Definitely high protein today. Fighters ignoring the marshals as they were close to the barrier. Interrupt themselves. Xerxes throws a leg shot, gets Ox. Ox is on his knees. Xerxes taking a moment, taking a few deep breaths. Ox kind of prepare himself. Throws a shot, no good. Blocked by the shield. Xerxes with the thrust. Ox has a question about that. Nope. Continue the fight. Feeling each other out. Looking for that one little edge. Xerxes throws a shot. Xerxes not trying to get as close as he can. He's trying to use his reach to his advantage, which is smart.
Yeah, he's trying to be where he can step out if Ox swings.
You can step and lean and reach. That's the advantage of having, not being legged, right? With the legs, you don't have quite the horizontal reach that you do or up. So it's not just being able to step, but also, be able to lean.
All right. Xerxes got the stab in under the shield.
Stab to the belly, Auxilius. That's the end of the pass. Xerxes wins in, continues upper bracket, right?
Yeah, Xerxes continues in the upper bracket. Ox drops to the lower bracket.
As they call the winner's bracket. So this is a double elimination tournament. We got the Calontir crown, the 82nd crown tournament. Oh, sorry. So we got Sir Sean Chippendales and Roger Warwick. No, Baron Duke Bobby, Robert Magnus. Have a quick discussion. And Sean of the Chippendales.
You did.
They've been called in. Sir Sean takes the center of the field and ready to start closer. Robert, happy to keep distance with the Madu. Sir Sean says that was not edge on. That was the flat of the blade. Do not take it. So they will reset and continue the first pass. You see the consorts in the corner there, supporting their combatants. Robert circling around, legging Sir Sean. Gives them to reset. Robert pinning Sean's sword with his Madu, and with the wrap, finish the pass. So Robert Magnus wins the exchange. Yep. Still in the field. That's your team routine, Allison. Making sure the video feed's good.
Yeah.
Sir Sean closing in. Robert blocking with the Madu. Really great defense because he's done it for years. And a brief discussion of the exchange. Sean adjusting his helmet just a little bit. Big Bobby saying, "Are you sure?" And just quiet discussion with the marshals, making sure everybody's on the up and up. So Sean yields, and so Robert wins with a thrust. So Robert Magnet wins and continues on. So now we have Matsu and Sir K. Count Matsu and Sir K. Both from Forgotten Sea, so both know each other for years. This should be a very honest and friendly fight. Okay, point is thrusting tip, reminding Matsu he's got a thrusting tip. If that was a sword, that would be the pointy bit. And for those on site, the inn is open for those peckish.
The next round is Auxilius versus. I lost it. I had it. I lost it. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll see it eventually. They're moving right along. They really haven't had a lot of breaks in terms of the list. So the list table really staying on top of things.
The list is doing a wonderful job, as they always do. It is hard work what they do in staying accurate. Obviously, I haven't stayed accurate, so I applaud them in their work.
So after that first exchange, Kei and Matsu having a discussion of what actually happened.
His Grace Robert versus who was the other one? Ox. That's the next fight.
Well, it looks like Sir Ox is taking his gloves off. Maybe he's walking over to the list table, seeing what's what.
Yeah.
So after the discussion, there was a shot that was a glancing blow, not a killing blow. So Marshall's got it all sorted. Everybody's happy. We're going to continue the first exchange of this round. Sir Kei and Sir Matsu, or Count Matsu. Matsu not wasting movement, being very deliberate in his shot selection. Kei a bit more aggressive, a bit more assertive. But Matsu's defense still standing there. Feeling each other out. Kei ducks, but Matsu gets it just in line. Flat snap to the helmet, so Matsu wins that first exchange. Kei was going to try to duck, but he didn't duck enough. So you see Matsu holding his shield closer to his body. Kei is a bit more further out. Kei advising, I think that was either not good enough or hit his knee. Kei putting his arms high. Hold being called. So it looks like Matsu legged Kei, and Kei struck Matsu's sword arm. So Matsu is fighting offhand, but standing. Kei Douglas on his knees, but both sword and shield ready. Hold being called. They continue. Matsu blocking Kei's attacks with his sword. Being very careful about his shot selection now. Being offhanded. Looks like Kei Douglas got Matsu's arm. So being completely as literally disarmed wins the pass. So 1-1, right?
Yes.
Definitely a contrast in styles, but they know each other enough that they're not wasting movement much, right? A discussion on about Matsu's thrust. The shot was high, so continue. Both are complete armed, standing, armored, ready to go. Matsu sneaks that sword tip right past Kay's shield edge and gets Kay in the torso, right on the belly there.
Kay himself enjoyed that. He knew he made that mistake.
So we got Sir Ox coming. And Robert Magnus, who surprisingly needs to put his helmet on. So that's when you get to your later rounds, you're like, things start coming quicker. Your fights keep coming. Sorok's ready to go. A little bit of coaching from Count Agamemnon Platylithidae. For those who are not Greek, that is flat rock. Thanks to the marshals today, keeping everything on the up and up and keeping the communication going between combatants. Definitely, that's important in your crown tournament. Make sure everybody's on the same page, that both fighters walk off the field satisfied, maybe not happy, but satisfied with the exchange, right?
Yes. I mean, you're in it to win it, especially with this kind of tournament. So you're never going to be happy if you're out. But at least want to make sure that everybody is satisfied and thinks that everything was fair.
We got His Grace Bobby and Sir Auxilius feeling each other out, looking for that one little corner, one little gap there. Hold being called. Ox wants to chat. Again, sometimes these things happen so fast. You got to have a chat. Like, what actually happened? You might be the person in the helmet. You're just like, wait a minute, what has happened, right? I've
Yep.
been there.
I've been there.
In a moment you're standing, and the next moment you're laying down and staring at the sky, and like, what happened? Well, that was His Grace. All right. Fight continues. No advantage or disadvantage given. Robert keeping his distance. Ox trying to quietly, slowly close in, but Robert just keeping his feet. Keeping honest with the reach of the Madu.
He is trying to focus on getting that Madu out of line so he can step in.
You see Robert trying to circle around, trying to get inside that shield edge of Auxilius there. That's definitely a, fighting with a 6-foot spear, sometimes they'll get to do that, but too smart for that. Auxilius not giving him that opportunity. You see Auxilius has got his shield kind of canted a little bit, like 45 degrees, so he still has one eye covered. Even if his one eye covered, he can still see his opponent with the other one. Brief exchange, no decision there. Continue. Auxilius with a straight down the middle, inside the Madu.
Finally gets past it and gets his shot in.
And then a discussion, making sure everybody happy with what happens, or satisfied at least. Auxilius winning the first pass, as Robert announces. Auxilius indicating he a body, offside body. So Duke Robert wins the second exchange and 1-1. Now he's just messing with him with a joke. See Robert's hands kind of moving in small circles, keeping them moving. Ox with the thrust, just to the side there. So Robert ducks. Ox pressing into Robert. Robert legs Auxilius. They take a moment to reset in the middle as Auxilius continues to fight on his knees. Robert continues standing with his sword Madu. Auxilius on his knees with sword and shield.
Even on his knees.
Auxilius catches Robert with a face thrust as Robert comes in unprepared for such an attack. Ox wins and continues on. Ox getting a small discussion with the Earl Marshal. And then in terms of discussion, not finger waving, you're in trouble discussion, just a quiet chat between friends. So we got Matsu and Roger. You think I get them right eventually. Sorry. So Matsu and Roger. Roger with sword and Madu, and Matsu with sword and shield. This has got to be the lower bracket because someone put Matsu in the lower bracket, right? I think Xerxes put him in the lower bracket, I think, early on.
Yes, Xerxes put him in the lower bracket. I've lost track of what bracket we're on. I have.
Yeah, we need an intern for that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I heard we may have a producer for the next one that's really going to make us look. We'll see.
So Roger quietly pacing like a predator. Also taking quiet, short, measured steps. Putting his sword in front of his shield. Shield canted far left. Respecting that Madu, definitely. Roger give a stab to the leg, no good.
Sorry.
Marshall's calling edge of the world. Yeah. And what they do is say, if you're within weapons reach of the barrier, they don't want you any closer because you might be injured by the barrier or you're swinging. You know, if someone's close to the barrier, like, I don't know, all those consorts over there.
Right.
It's a safety thing. All being called, no decision on the exchange, so we continue. Roger with a stab, steered aside by the shield. Roger stabbed to the leg. Matsu gets Roger's sword arm, or his Matsu hits his arm holding the Madu. So Roger fights single-handed sword, but with his dominant hand. So he's still. And then Matsu legged with sword and shield, trying to make the same mistake as Robert did. So Roger Warwick strikes Matsu's sword arm, and so now Matsu is one-armed, non-dominant hand, still legged, and Roger Warwick still standing with his dominant hand but no Madu. Marshals offer Matsu a lighter shield to tuck behind him. Make sure the hand is completely covered. While his hand's out of the way, it covers the fingers just in case, keeping him safe. Roger cautiously approaching with a swinging on sword. Looks like Matsu's got a little bit more reach with the sword, but Roger's he's using.
Roger with a thrust to the body wins that pass.
Definitely worked out. That was definitely good strategy there on Roger Warwick's.
Did I miss something? Is that pass one?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
Lost it.
This is so exciting. I've lost count.
I have two. Oh, yep, that was pass one.
That was number one. Oh my God. And when we get more, this is awesome. So Matsu is definitely not going to give him any.
Oh.
Roger Warwick with the flat snap. Roger Warwick. Fighting for Baroness Constance Warwick of Windermere. Advances continues in the tournament.
So we're starting the semis with this announcement.
So the Herald's announcing that we're going to have a brief break, but it's nonstop action there. That definitely there. Those last few fights are just fast and furious. But giving the marshals a chance to take a breath, stretch.
And while we're on this break, Forgotten Sea would love for you to know that, and many in the arts and sciences community would love for you guys to know that Queen's Prize is coming up in April. It will be held at Forgotten Sea. If you have not started your project, this is your sign to start your Queen's Prize project.
You mean not like the week before the deadline?
Not like the week before the deadline.
Well, that ruins it. Yeah, that I'm in that bunch. I need to, having that lead time is good. Also, some announcements we've got here. Next week is the Calontir's Toys for Tots tournament in Wyvern Cliff.
Yes.
Really exciting things going on there. I would say the third most prestigious tournament in our kingdom. There's Fall Crown, Spring Crown, and Toys for Tots.
Yes.
That's number 3. If you want to see who's your high echelon fights, I would say Toys for Tots is going to give you an idea who's who, where you measure up. And if you want to come, put on your kit. Make your best case to your peers to say, hey, I'm good.
Come get me. Right?
Yep. Also, some things, some Kingdom positions coming available recently as Kingdom Earl Marshal, as Jurgen Vieder is looking to finish off his term, but looking for his replacement. And then also the Calontir is seeking a new Kingdom Equestrian Officer. So applications are in for that. If you're interested, please submit. Check out the calontir.org website for details. Let's see here. What else do we have?
Other events coming up after Toys for Tots. Chris Kinder is coming up.
So we got this weekend is the Catfish Ball next weekend is the Catfish Ball in Wyvern and North Shield opposite our Toys for Tots. Toys for Tots also being in Aaron Feared and Aaron Hearth are meeting, which is your AOA and GOA armored orders. There'll be an armor tournament. There'll be a steel tournament, which is cut and thrust, not just heavy rapier. There'll be an arbitrary competition, also youth combat. So that's exciting.
Always exciting to see the youth out there. And then November 29th is the Known Worlds Newcomer Symposium. It is a virtual event. This year it's being held or been sponsored by Aidenvelt, and it is a free event. So go to their Facebook page, check them out, or their website. If you're a newcomer or you would like to teach, they are still accepting classes. for you to teach classes at the Known World Newcomer and Symposium. Then
December 5th, we've got the Midwinter's Night Stream out in Theobald College, which is Winfield, which is kind of south of Wichita, or the Batavia is the Theobald College group. Feast of Lights, they're saying, this time of year where we get together and celebrate. Lunch will be provided at extra cost, no extra cost to site fee. And of course, Chris Kinder, December 13th.
December 13th.
Get your Christmas shopping in for all your SCA friends.
Or yourself. That I buy for myself. That's what I do.
You're saying charity begins at home, huh?
That's right.
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 And then spilling into January 12th night in Crystal Mines. So here in Crystal Mines, 12th night, January 3rd. So those are the Kingdom events on the calendar. Your Rattan Marshal also wanted to let us know that there are training videos on the Calontir Armored Combat page. There's a video series. There's 5 of them. There's how to marshal armored combat, how to inspect armor, weapons, and shields, Calontir Armored Combat authorizations, rules of the lists, and SCA Marshal leadership and ethics.
There is a new Armored Combat Handbook out, too, that everyone who is in Armored Combat is encouraged to go read. It is I don't want to say complete revamping, but it is definitely a rework of a lot of the rules.
And that's
So
a society handbook, not
society.
Okay.
So go out and check that out.
So speaking of Allison, let's chat. Let's talk about the effort you've put in so far in today's feed. Please let us know what you've done and how we can help you going forward.
Honestly, it is a lot of setup, and I should not be doing it, and also being the marshal in charge. But going to be putting out letters for the Armored Combat Officer. So once I get rid of that, this will not be as big of a thing to take over. 1 person, 2 people, a committee could do it pretty easily. But you do have to be able to do the YouTube setups and have the equipment, which costs a little bit of money. Right now, we are currently using phones, but having the tripods and everything else and the plugins and the extra batteries when you don't have anywhere to plug in to make sure that your phone doesn't die at the end, it can turn out to be a little bit of money. I think we're going to try to do some fundraising in the future just to cover some of those costs. However, that is something that we'll have to think about later. But if anybody wants to help, we would absolutely love to have you on the committee.
Well, thank you, and thank you for supporting this feed and all the hard work. In addition to being the Kingdom Rattan Marshal, which you heard it here, the position is open up for applicants for your successor. Not that they can exceed you, but they can succeed you. Again, Allison, thank you so much for all your hard work, not only just setting up this feed, but also out on the field, making sure. Is there anything that you saw out there that you wanted to have any sort of commentary on, or anything you saw from your perspective that we may have not seen as just observers? Anything that kind of stands out to you?
What we're trying to do today is kind of let them handle their own issues on the field and let them talk. So if they start dropping their guard to talk, we will call hold. That can be confusing because it looks like something happened, but really we're just making sure that nobody throws a shot while they are just discussing. And that is something that we discussed with the fighters beforehand. Everybody is very aware of the rules of list. Crown tournament can be a little bit harder to marshal because people's, I don't want to say attitudes, but their passions get higher, and it's a nerve-wracking, anxiety-driven sort of thing. If we can keep it as light as possible and just prove that we trust them as fighters and as members of the populace who are chivalrous, then they will be fine. So if you see them talking and us calling hold, it's not necessarily that anything happened. Sometimes it's hard to tell exactly what happened when you're in the thick of it.
And one thing that I've seen in the past few, definitely in the last round, there's quite a few people getting closer to the edges of the field, closer to the barriers. Now, what's the rule regarding getting close to the barrier, or Marshall's calling the edge of the world? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
That's something that we have decided to make sure that we do, and we did discuss before the tournament started with everybody. Some of the fighters don't necessarily like having any martial voices talking during their fight, but we do have to for safety. If you get within a foot of the edge of the world, which is just the mats, it's not actually the barriers on the outsides, because this floor is rather slippery. So if they get close to it by a foot, we are saying edge of the world so they know where they are. And then if they step over it, we immediately call hold. And that means any part of their foot. But yes, we do have a few fighters who don't like it when marshals talk at all during their fights. But unfortunately, this is a safety issue. We don't want anybody to get hurt just so somebody can keep their head in the game. That's a mental issue. That is not a safety issue. So.
I'll admit that when I'm hyper focusing on my opponent, if someone's shouting something at me or saying something to me, breaking that concentration is a big. It's a thing, and if you don't want to be called out being near the edge of the field, don't go straight back. Move in a circle.
Right. Correct. And if that's something that's really going to bother you when you're fighting in a big tournament like this.
Don't put yourself in that situation.
Yes, but also that's something that can be trained out.
Right.
And that's part of being in the zone, but also still having your own field awareness. It does get frustrating, especially if you step out and you're in the middle of a bunch of throws. But at the same time, we have to keep everybody safe, and everyone has to follow the same rules. It's a safety issue.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for taking a moment here. I know you've been busy and active and pointing and giving directions. Thank you for all your hard work, not only marshaling the field, but also supporting us with the feed here today.
I appreciate you guys. If you need anything, just
get some water.
Throw something at me.
Get some water, huh?
Hope everybody is having a good feed at home.
So, Allison, forgot to see your King number 10 marshal and technical support for today's YouTube feed. Thank you to Allison.
Yes, thank you, Allison.
So, what else do we have? This is the 82nd Calontir Crown Tournament. We've got, as you see, quite a stacked field. Some really great fights in earnest, and also even some of the bye fights. Not bad.
Yep.
We've got, we're coming up on the quarterfinals or semifinals?
I believe semifinals.
Semifinals.
So
we got,
I think,
so 4 fights, so 8 combatants. No,
still in
semifinals is 4 fights. In semifinals is 2 fights.
2 fights.
4 combatants. So who do we have left?
We know. I know we have Ox and Sir Ox and Sir Roger left.
Xerxes,
and I believe Yorick is the 4th one. Yorick and Xerxes, I believe, if my count is correct, are both in the upper bracket and have not lost yet.
So being in the semifinals, we'll have the winner's bracket and lower bracket will be split, where there'll be one person from the upper bracket, one person from the lower bracket in each fight. Now, generally what they'll be doing is they'll be doing the person from the lower bracket really can't lose.
Correct.
To continue.
Correct.
But that's where the privilege of being the winners or the upper bracket, right? Where you've got, you could, with the break here, cool off a little bit, get a little more, get some stretches in, feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more calm, calculated, and you can take a few more risks and still continue.
Being in the upper bracket, you haven't taken any losses, and it's a double elimination tournament. So you could actually go through all 3 passes, lose once, you're still in. You guys are going to fight again. You have to actually lose the 3 passes twice to get knocked out.
Right. At least 2 groups, 3 groups of 3 passes if you go the full schmear, right? So with the lower bracket, you have to win 2 sets to continue on.
Yeah.
But the winner bracket only needs to win the 1 set
Yep.
of 3.
Yes.
So it's still plenty of fighting coming up. And then this is for Calontir's heirs. This is the Fall Crown. They'll be
Yeah, now it gets serious.
yeah, it's been serious, but now it's it's a different. It's not so much a change in mindset as it's like now it really matters. Now it really does. You know, definitely the spotlight is on the field. So as we're waiting for the semifinals, there's the upcoming vigils and elevations for those who are taking note. Toys for Tots, we've got Baron Ulf Tierson, vigil and elevation to the Order of Defense. Baroness Finwala, Order of the Laurel, and then vigil and elevation to the Order of the Pelican. We have Master Joaquin Courtenay de Marksbruder, vigil only for his elevation to the Order of the Mark, which is the new society-wide archery, thrown weapons, field artillery peerage. Coming up in Chris Kinder, December 13th, we've got Baron Robert Descott, his vigil and elevation to the Order of the Pelican. The Honorable Lord Roxalina Bramante, vigil and elevation to the Order of the Laurel. Moving on to the end of January, Clothier's Seminar. We got a Baron Satsu Takuji, vigil and elevation to the Order of the Pelican. Mrs. Alessandra de Piro, consort of Sir Auxilius, vigil and elevation to the Order of the Mark. Baroness and Anne Renard, vigil and elevation to the Order of the Mark, and that's at Clothier's, January 24th. And Master Joaquin Courtenay de Marksbruder, his elevation to the Order of the Mark there. So trying to break up those vigils a bit. And then winter coronation, we've got Honorable Lady Finwala Ingen Niflumin to the Order of the Pelican, elevation to the Order of the Laurel and Morning Court, placed on vigil following court. So, just some updates. If you'd like to know more, go to the website, calontir.org. Look for those announcements there. Again, welcome to the live feed of the Calontir Crown Tournament. This is the Fall Crown. This is November 2025, Honor Society Top 60. This is the 82nd Calontir Crown Tournament. As the marshals get their discussion in, and they're in the yellow jerkin. That is the Kingdom Earl Marshal. That is a Jürgen Wieder don Landstuhl. Making sure that everybody's on the same page in terms of marshalling. And the thing about being a marshal, and this is just my opinion, but it's the idea is that you're not here to decide the fight. You're making sure that everybody's safe and walks off the field somewhat satisfied and not injured. That's really the point of being a marshal. If you're interested, reach out to your local marshal, your group marshal, or someone you know who is a warranted marshal of your kingdom. Reach out, let them know. If you're interested, you want to see from the best perspectives of the fight, being on the field as a marshal, definitely got the get a great perspective, encourage that camaraderie, serve your kingdom, serve your local group, be a marshal is what I'm saying.
Be a marshal.
Be a marshal.
We need more marshals. Always.
And as time goes on, we've got different rules and things. I can't read that, so why don't you tell him? Ray comes back from the Open Inn here in the Shire of Crystal Mines here in Carthage, Missouri. Thank you for joining us today. So a little bit of stretching, a little bit of deep breaths, a little bit of conversation, snackies. Speaking of snackies, that's awesome.
Um, Glenavon is also doing their crown list today. Baroness Gwen from Three Rivers has her son-in-law fighting in their crown list. She just brought me that over. He is in their semifinals right now. So uh,
Harold announcing the pairings for the semis. So we have Auxilius versus Yorick. So we have Ox versus Yorick and Roger Ork against Xerxes in the semifinals. Honor's already been done today. So Auxilius, being from the lower bracket, needs to win 2 sets to advance to the final round. Yorick only needs to win 1 set of 3 possible 3 passes. Yorick tapping his shield, ready to go. Similar stances. Ox's knees been a little bit more.
look very dialed in.
Looking for that one little corner. You're kind of reaching and seeing how he's doing. Ox not giving him a pause. Good 3 or 4 shot combo by Ox. Still standing. Measuring each other, looking for that one edge, one hole. Yorick taps Ox in the forearm, but not enough. Both agreed.
Yeah, that was a pretty clean shot. But his body was not in the right position, and he couldn't get any force on it. There,
Yorick legs Ox.
wildly changing those.
And with finish of the flurry, Ox agrees that Yorick struck him true. So win of the pass, Yorick. Expect a lot more flurries from Auxilius. You're really kind of feeling it, sir. Ox backs off, resets his head. Taps Yorick's shield. Yorick. Thanks. Both block, and as they come close, Ox backs out. Kind of reset. Both putting their swords proud of their shields. Ox looking a little more winded, but still focused. Small foot movements there. Ox legs Yorick. Backs off, circles around, lets Yorick kind of settle himself, then closes in. Has his plan. A lot of inside stuff, a lot of outside stuff, a lot of fouling and blocking. Auxilius end up on the better end of that. Auxilius being the winner of that pass. So 1-1. First set here. Auxilius needs to win to keep this going. Some friendly banter between friends. Ox apologized for hitting Uric in the knee. Uric is steadfast and stoic. Ox slows for the thrust. Uric counters with the 2-shot, 3-shot combo and wins. So Uric wins the first set, and since he's from the winner's bracket, he advances to the finals.
Yes.
So we have Xerxes and Sir Roger. Yes, Roger, coming from the lower bracket or the loser's bracket, needs to win 2 sets to advance to the finals. Xerxes only needs to win basically 2 out of 3 in that first set to advance. But this is where he can either take some risks or be very careful about what he's doing. Xerxes walks in a field with purpose. Roger shrugs his shoulders. Looks like a casual walk, but that's definitely a feeling trying to keep loose. Trying to decide what he's going to have to do to seal the deal here. He's got this is where being in the lower bracket is tough. Roger work with the sword and Madu, Xerxes with sword and oval center grip. Both failing, looking quite nimble, dictating the distance. Xerxes comes in with a hold. Roger work was struck in the arm holding his Madu, so he must relinquish it because it's a weapon. He needs something to cover his hand. So he gets a buckler. All being called, they continue. Roger works still with his dominant hand and the sword, but holding a buckler to protect his hand, but cannot use that buckler for defense. Just holding it down to the side. Or being very careful about distance. Xerxes courteously giving him ground. Xerxes struck. Roger called it good. Needs a moment to himself. Looks a little uncomfortable. We'll just chat with Robert Magnus and the marshal. Marshal consults with Xerxes. So Roger Rourke would like to have his center grip heater shield. So instead of round 2. Beautiful heraldry on Roderick Rourke's center grip heater. feeling a little more comfortable carrying that shield than the buckler or the Madu, right?
Seems to, yes, definitely. He's settled into. He's being more aggressive now than he was. The Madu. No need
Catches
to
that
keep him
shot
at
with the
range.
shield there. Xerxes doing a really good job dictating distance. But footwork should do that. Both very passionate in their exchanges. Xerxes thrust to Roger. Roger taking a knee. The marshals have a consultation and discussion with the combatants.
Yeah, it looks like they thrusted each other, but Rogers was high. So Xerxes got the kill because his was in the correct target zone.
So winner and advancement, Sir Duke Caius Equitus Rectus Xerxes with the thrust to the face.
So your finals are Duke Caius Equitus Rectus Xerxes versus
Uric.
Sir Uric Radovson.
Rattles, yes. For ladyship, Alicia Neal. Xerxes fighting for Master Andromir Vukovic.
Yeah.
Order of the Laurel. Xerxes ready to continue, but it looks like they're going to take a moment to. And the marshals announce that Xerxes wins and advances to the final round after some discussion. So now, what the Majesties will do is His Majesty will preside. Also, he will call his Order of the Chivalry to surround the field and to be close observers to the combatants of the final round. Winner serves as Prince and Princess, and then that is coronated in January-ish, February, February, as King and Queen, and then they will be reigning through the spring, and attractively at Gulf Wars is a very popular thing to be king at.
Yes.
So it's definitely an attractive prize to be had, not only as serving as crown. And so what does crown do? As you win, now what?
You would think it's whatever you want, but it's the exact opposite of that. Because now suddenly you have all the responsibilities of the kingdom, right? You're going to attend meetings at probably 30 to 50% of your events that you go to, right? You're going to nearly most crowns go to every event they can. So nearly every weekend they are at an event, and you're going to put probably in the 5 to 7 months that you reign, depending on which reign you have, you're going to put 10 to 15,000 miles on your vehicle, right? It's a lot, you know. Out of those meetings, you're going to be able to recognize people, though, right? And you have to have a good household that can help you organize that and make that recognition happen, from scrolls to regalia to everything else. And then at something like Gulf Wars, there is a royal thing multiple times every day that you will have to be at. I know I have actually done the royal reception twice at Gulf Wars, where they have an evening where all the royals get together and just have dinner and exchange gifts. And I did that dinner twice. You think that, you're going to go and you're going to have fun because you're ruling, but actually it's just a week of obligations.
Well, it's that too.
Yeah.
It's that too. Let's be honest. Let's not bury the lead. It is, as it's been said by Bruce Campbell. It's good to be king.
Right.
Few people get to say that, right?
That is true.
But it is. You're right. It is a lot of work. You know,
It's a lot of
it's you've got not only meetings to attend, making sure that you understand what's going on. You've got your themes that you can consult with, like, so I'm thinking about this crazy idea. What do you think? And they're going to say, that's a crazy idea. Don't do it. Or that's a crazy idea. I love it. Right. And then you've also got, you know, arranging, making sure the thrones are there, the banners are there. You've got a general for, you know, major things. Making sure that if you're going to give awards, there's scrolls ready to go. And do you have a herald? Oh, who's going to be the herald? Is it going to be the Gold Falcon? Or are you going to, you know, recruit your own person that you want them to, you know, read the scrolls so that the Gold Falcon can kind of focus on their, you know, some of their duties.
You have to have a whole team of people ready to go. This crown did a wonderful job of saying one of the things that they wanted with your letter of intent to fight was a list of who your household people were, or at least the major positions in the household. The Chamberlain, the head of household, and the White Hawk Herald, which is the herald that would speak.
Oh, wait, we got to marshal this. So we, Xerxes and Eric stand on the field, both knights in their own right. Xerxes has reigned before, so he's been in this fight before and won. Eric has had some really good runs in the past 3 crown tournaments, which is awesome. Both carrying center grip ovals, a single-handed sword with a thrusting tip, both right-handed. Relatively, Eric's got an inch or two of height, but the way Xerxes moves, it should be rather negated in terms of the motion. Combatants wished well by their consorts. This is, regardless of win or lose, this is full honors given to their crowd and their competitors. Marshall calls into the middle. I don't want to see any of this. No eye gouging, no knee, no kicks to the groin, no wedgies. I want a good, clean fight. Give each other a good salute. This is in earnest. Both want this bad. This is going to be exciting. Xerxes circling, just pauses a moment, circles the other direction. Eric not giving him an opening. Feeling for range. Backing off, resetting. Has a turn. 1-2 quick shot. Eric says, nope, not enough. Eric calls the leg shot good. And Xerxes greets him with a smack to the cheek. Hold was not called. So what have we learned from this? We don't drop our guards. Feints the quick snap again. Eric concedes that his offhand sword shot was good. So Xerxes wins that first set. So they are now switching from sword and shield to a 6-foot non-slashing spear. So this is definitely going to hear a lot of clicking, a lot of juking and jiving here, right? Both accomplished 9-foot spear fighters, but also spearmen in their own right. both active enough. You'll see where they're going to throw with both hands, and they're going to throw with possibly one arm reach. Marshall's making sure there's plenty of room. This is a 6-foot weapon, so on a tournament field, you can have up to 6-foot weapons on a tournament field. No longer, but you can have up to 6 feet. So lots of quick movements. You see Xerxes with a straight arm. That actually gives a chance of a glancing blow of to the arm than actually having that elbow bent a little bit. Makes a little bit of a pocket in the shoulder. Here it goes with a thrust. Xerxes says no, but they called hold as he came towards the barrier.
That high?
Yurik with the thrust. Xerxes questioning if it was in the brow, below the brow, in the face area. Here goes more discussion. So after discussion, it was not good. They would continue the fight. So it was above the brow. So it actually, if it was a spear, it would have glanced off the helmet, not in the face. Xerxes right on the nose. So fast, right? So 1-1? Or is this just one?
I think it's 1-1. That was 2 rounds of this, right?
Two passes.
Yeah. So this is pass 3.
No. No.
Yurik touches Xerxes in the chest, but not enough force. Xerxes calls he was moving out of the reach. Marshals call hold to reset. And that's the problem with 6-foot weapons on a tiny postage stamp of a tournament field. Clear. Xerxes said, no, don't take that. Xerxes holding his spear, like a 45-degree, more defensive stance. One hand block. One throw. Oh. Xerxes with the quick thrust to the torso. He wins the pass. Wins the set. His Grace, Zeus, Caius, Equitus, Rexus, Xerxes. With consort, Master Andromir Vukovic have won Calontir Crown Tournament. The 82nd Crown Tournament. As Xerxes takes his helmet, gets a little help with that. And they, greeted by his consort, so happy. A deep embrace. The Majesty's approach with the prince and consort coronets, and they're be given, and they're to swear an oath to serve as prince and prince consort. Our first in Calontir, the same gendered couple. Here they swear fealty.
I promise to prepare myself for the day that I sit in the fountain throne, so that I may someday wear the crown. People of the heartland.
They swear to the crown, the kingdom offices, and to the people of the heartland. Your new heirs, Kingdom Calontir, Xerxes and Andrew. And celebration was had.
Chivalry will meet 30 minutes. The time will meet at 2 p.m. Here comes the course. All the king. Lord!
So now with heirs, their majesties will meet with their chivalry and their great officers after a brief as celebrations continue. Eric. Eric, live stream, would you like to have a few words about your final round? Well done, by the way.
Thank you.
So sorry for the results, but I hope you are proud of what you've done today.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. It was everything about it was fun. Had a great time. I'm being live streamed right now. Oh my.
Yes, you're in but we wanted to give you an opportunity to share your
Yeah,
experience.
it was a good time. Everybody fought really well. It was a very clean tournament. Enjoyed it a lot. Can't wait for the next one.
Well, we'll be looking forward to the finals in that one too. Good job. Thank you. So again, was the kind of wrap up deliberations and celebrations, and now the meetings begin for the new Prince and Prince of Calontir. Allison, any words you'd like to share with that final round?
I would just like to thank our live streaming anchors. Kendall and Skylagram have been really awesome to do this for us and to give us the play-by-plays in case people at home don't know what's going on, and I really appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you. So that's going to conclude our live stream for today. So thank you very much. What? Skelgrim's got it. I don't know. Let's see if we can get some final words from Skelgrim before we call it a day. So Skelgrim, any final words on today's events, the final round maybe?
It was a great tournament all around, beginning to end. Lots of honor out there from all the combatants, and it's been a pleasure to do this for everybody. And I just want to continue. Hope we get to continue doing this kind of stuff. And if you want to help out, get with me. Yes.
Running joke. But anyways, thank you for joining us for Calontir's 82nd Crown Tournament. Your new Prince and your Duke Xerxes and Andromir, your Prince and Prince of Calontir. So now come the meetings. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.